Guys, to the ProEdge Chronicles. We're here highlighting some real stories and athletes shaping their futures beyond the game. Today, we have none other than Jacob Harris, NFL wide receiver, and not only just a good guy, but through his journey and everything he's doing now. Um, Definitely wanted to dive in a little bit more to share more of the on the not only just the on the field talents, but introducing the off the field opportunity that's come his way through personal branding and strategic networking as he's looking at things off the field. Of course, powered by ProEdge Branding. So let's dive in. Jacob, thanks so much for coming today. How's the day going for you?
Thank you, Marcus. Day's going great. I appreciate you having me on ProEdge Chronicles to just talk life, talk the experience, kind of what I've gone through, and then kind of what ProEdge does as a whole to help athletes like myself out. So I appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's just dive in. So, like Jacob, obviously, you and I and our team, we've been kind of like speaking about your different endeavors, but for our audience, early in your NFL career, Nike athlete, no scholarships to NFL champion. Like, what are some of the challenges you face in managing your personal brand or preparing for life whenever you're done with after football?
Yeah, I think managing my personal brand, when I look back at it, not realizing how fast everything gets thrown at you. Rookie year I mean, it was like a blur. I mean, from getting drafted to signing a deal with Nike, becoming a Nike athlete, getting a chance to go to the rookie premiere, doing the Panini card deals. I mean, as they were coming in, I didn't think anything. I was like, oh, okay, this is just what I do now. But I didn't look at it from the perspective of how can I leverage this for my
Mhm.
brand to create future opportunities. Because in hindsight, I'm looking at it now. Okay, that was all there, and it was gone in a blink of an eye. Because it's like, okay, their rookie year, everything's hot. Just got drafted, potential's high, and then next year, it's like, okay, where are all those same endorsements that are being thrown at you?
Right.
So that was like a moment where I was like, man, I looking back, I could have definitely capitalized and leveraged my brand a little bit better while everything was rolling in. And then what was the second one again? Sorry.
No, so you kind of clarified all of that. So that's actually
Yeah.
good in that aspect. So, and then you were speaking about last week as well, being in the Tampa Bay locker room and like seeing those different rookies. Like, what advice now, where you are in 2025, would you give your rookie self and also the rookies of this year when it comes to obviously 100% focus on football, right? Because you got to keep
Yeah.
the main thing, but also having that other side. Like, what advice would you give your rookie self and other rookies?
Yeah. I know. I think the one thing like we hear as rookies is like it's not college anymore, it's a business. And
Mhm.
like, yeah, we understand that, we hear that, but like really, really understanding like
Yeah.
rookie year is the year you get the most opportunities. And like those opportunities dwindle down year after year. So it's like you really got to be sharp, not only like in your playbook, but how you prepare in every aspect of what you're doing. Like you're a pro. So it's like it's not only nutrition, health, mental. I mean, you just got to hit all the boxes. And whatever your process is, you got to figure out and find it and try to get that routine dialed in as quickly as possible. Because I'm say honestly, it took me probably 3 years in the league to kind of get my full routine. Like, okay, this is how I like to prepare for practice. This is how I like to prepare for games. This is what
Right.
mentally gets me prepared to learn the playbook. Like, it's all trial and error. So it's like we all work at our own pace, and don't be too hard on yourself. Understanding that this is all new. Some of it's coming fast. We pick up on things faster than others in different situations. Like mentally, some guys might pick up a playbook quicker, but physically, some guys might be more prepared for the situation. So it just all depends on, how we can leverage what we're good at now and making the best of that. But don't be too hard on yourself, but understand,
Right.
maximize your time because it goes by quick.
Right. And that's a good thing you said, maximizing time and not putting too much pressure on yourself. Obviously, coming into the league to where you are now, more of a vulnerable question. So we're in the same shoes, bro. Like having no scholarship in college to making it to the NFL, and you're on the different side of being an NFL champion.
Yeah.
Going back, it's always still surreal. So how does it feel, bro, to like really go from no scholarships, right, to really being an NFL player? Like, how does that emotionally still sit with you?
Emotionally, it's like it doesn't hasn't really changed because that vision has always been there from the beginning. And I think that's the key. Is like from the minute I stepped on the football field, those aspirations and that belief was there. It was just I needed the opportunity. I needed time to develop, time to learn, but I always knew that the potential to be an NFL athlete, a football player was always there. So mentally it's not like I guess a surprise or like like a surreal moment. It's more like like proving yourself right. Like I
Yeah.
told you so. Like this is how we got here. We stuck to that vision, that plan, and this is what came from it.
I love how you said proving yourself right, because same stories, like having that notation, negative notation of proving others wrong. Like
Mhm.
being on scout team going into my senior year was like I can look at this in a negative sense, or can I can get to go on film and like attack it as much as possible. Because
Yep.
knowing the network that I have back home, I just need to do what I need to do. But that's good because everything comes with a vision, right? You have to
Right.
see it before it happens. Faith of a mustard seed. So that's
Yep.
actually good. That's how you said that. Now, as far as going back to kind of where you are on the investing side, excuse me, on the personal branding side, like
Yeah.
how did investing in your personal branding where you are now in networking start to change your perception and perspective on with different opportunities?
It was huge. Because I want to say my perception before kind of connecting with ProEdge was like, yeah, these brands or people are going to reach out to me because I'm an NFL player.
Mhm.
Which some of that happens, yes, but I think most of um most of the advantageous like connections and network building are done proactively. And I've learned that a lot since connecting with you guys, getting on LinkedIn and really being proactive on LinkedIn and just talking. I think we overlook the simplicity of just having a conversation with
Mhm.
someone because you never know where that conversation leads. And it may not benefit you in that moment, but in the unforeseeable future, you may find that conversation to pay dividends. So I think I've learned a lot as far as not stressing about what's not in my lap right now, but more
Mhm.
focusing on, okay, how do I connect with more people? How do I get my personality, who I am out there to reach others so that, hey, if an opportunity does arise, I've got this connection to say, hey, this person knows me, or hey, I get a reference from someone for, hey, Jacob might be a good fit for
Right.
this position. So I think it's all about just, building that network, building meaningful connections with people. And I think I see huge importance in it now where I didn't necessarily see that my first 2 years in the league.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Like you said, it's the connotation of not necessarily what you know, who you know, but who knows you.
Yeah.
What is some advice you, because you sound like a very sound and confident young man, which is really good. What is some advice not only to athletes but also to individuals in the corporate setting of you understanding that you're an NFL athlete and
Hmm.
people in certain instances, a high percentage only want to speak to you and only want to give you these opportunities just because of who you are and your title.
Yeah.
How do you make the difference in the emotion and the thought process of, oh, they're only doing this because of what I can do for them?
Yeah.
How do you switch the narrative of I feel like they're just probably just using me because who I am to make it in a positive side to this might benefit me as well? Like, how do you, that's what advice do you give athletes like that?
Yeah, that's a great question because coming into the league rookie year, like I was very like self-guarded. Like
Mhm.
I was self-guarded as like, okay, any person that I didn't know personally reaching out to me, like, okay, what are they trying to benefit from me?
Right.
And I was always kind of had that in the back of my mind, that caution of like, don't don't connect with this person too much. Don't give into the relationship too much because they're only reaching out because I'm an NFL player. And then that's kind of shifted as I've kind of grown in the league. And I understand now that, okay, it's okay that someone's reaching out to me just because I'm an NFL player. And as I've learned this also, talking with my mom too. My mom is also, because I've had this conversation with my mom and she's mentioned, I do what a lot of people wish they could do or dreamed of doing. So that's intriguing. And so the person, like if I worked a regular day job, yeah, they probably wouldn't be reaching out to me. But because of what I do, they're
Mhm.
interested in, they're infatuated with that career, that lifestyle. So they want to kind of get a glimpse of what the day to day is. So I kind of started turning around and understanding, okay, I'm in a unique position. And now how do I leverage that unique position? And when I get someone who reaches out to me, yeah, they may be reaching out to me because I'm an NFL football player and they can benefit something from me being in that position. But now I look at it as, okay, how can I make this work for both of us?
Right,
What can I benefit from connecting with this person?
right.
And when I look at it in that view, in that positive light of, okay, not a negative, like, oh, this person's just reaching out because I'm an NFL player, but positively, like, okay, this is a connection that, hey, they may know someone that could help me later on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I look back at my football career, getting to UCF as a walk-on and whatnot. Um, it's funny how a conversation when I was helping coach high school ball, that one of the kids that I was coaching, his mom's sister-in-law was a head of admissions at UCF
Mm,
who helped me. I'm not gonna say I got accepted because of that, but because of that relationship, it helped for them to review my transcript to transfer over to UCF because now there's that connection and that personal relationship and someone who could help you out. So when I look back at little moments like that, maybe if I didn't have that conversation, maybe if I didn't um, know that person or reach out, who knows if I would have gotten accepted into UCF and gotten where I gotten today. So I think it's little things like that that we overlook, don't think much of, but make huge differences in the success that we come across.
right. And what I'm hearing is the mental switch of negativity versus optimistic. So
Yeah.
that's also been, and also shout out to moms always giving the good gems and helping you realize like you're in the 1% of the human being, right? So as far as like making it to that level and then exceeding in that. Let me ask you a question on this side. Why, just kind of like where you are now in life, why do you think us as humans, even athletes, and not even just athletes, but in the corporate space, when we get to a certain level, we build that defense mechanism of, okay, the more money I get or the more fame I get, the more like exposure I get, I need to be more guarded because
Mhm.
one, it could be taken away from me. But obviously that's just the mental aspect of that. Two, why does it go to let me help because they want to help me to they want to use me and it's not genuine? Why do you think we have that upfront guarded defense mechanism?
I think there's two sides to that because I think part of the side is because we hear stories of it happening. Guys getting taken advantage of, whether it's family members, friends, business opportunities where, guys get taken advantage of because they have money and, they end up losing out on money because of, trying to help someone out or thinking they're making a good investment. But then also, I think it's just we've worked so hard for that
Yeah.
too. So it's like hearing those stories and hearing, I think we hear a lot about, okay, hey, you got to protect your money now. You got to protect yourself and your well-being because now you're going to have, people coming out, reaching out and whatnot who you haven't heard from. I think a lot of that comes from, yeah, that hard work we put in. So now we've got all this, so now we're trying to safeguard it.
Mhm.
Um, and I think from my perspective too, the same thing that went on like rookie year. Like, I mean, there were, I can't tell you how many people were like, I haven't talked to you a day in my life, and now all of a sudden you want to reach out to me and say what's up. Like
Yeah.
we talk on a weekly basis. So
Right.
um, it's just little things like that. And then I mean personally too, I had a good friend, a longtime friend who we kind of had a falling out through college. And then, I get drafted and reaching out and I get a random text at nighttime, like, hey, can you Venmo me $40? I'm like, for
Jeez.
what? Like, it's not
Yeah.
like $40 isn't a lot of money, but it's like,
Principal.
for
Yeah.
what? And like he didn't have a good reason for it. I'm like, I haven't talked to this person in, I don't know, like maybe a year or two.
Mhm.
They're not in my day-to-day life. It's not like we have that close relationship like we do. And out of the blue, you just reach out for money. So I think little instances like that kind of put that guard up for us. At
Right,
least for me, it did. And for a while, I was like guarded. Now I was like, so anytime I didn't hear from someone for a while and they reach out, and it may not be initially asking for money right away, but in the back of my head, I was like, okay, what does this person want from me?
right,
They
right, right.
I haven't heard from a while. So I think sometimes it's the little interactions we have with maybe one person kind of damages
Yeah,
how our perspective on the rest of the interaction. So we can't let that one or those small interactions kind of ruin the rest of them because not everybody has bad intentions.
got it, got it. No, that makes sense, man. I remember my rookie year, I had the opposite. Like I got like signed day 2 of camp. So you got to go
Hmm.
through all that other stuff. And I never forget, I didn't pick up my phone until about after walkthroughs. So probably didn't have my phone for like maybe 4 hours. And I
Yeah.
swear to you, I got like emails, texts, everything from like people from like kindergarten. And it was crazy. But that's good the way you say it. But I was always just wanting to pick your brain of why do you think as humans we have that defense mechanism? But it makes sense to kind of what it is that you're saying on that aspect of just
Yeah.
like you never know who you got to be cautious, right?
Yeah.
Uh, so that's also good. So kind of like where you are now, just like definitely been blessed in the position that you are now. So now looking at it on the business aspect of, okay, yes, Jacob, the football player, but that's so minute to Jacob, the human being, right? What
Yeah.
is the purpose that God has for us really out? Like football is just a little speck of what his purpose is for us, right? So it's like, what doors, once you started to get this mindset that you took ownership of your personal brand, and what doors would you like to continue to open for you, specifically on the LinkedIn journey that you're on now?
Yeah. On the LinkedIn journey, I would love, continue doors to open up where like that interest is off the field. So like super interested in cars, super interested in, I think just obviously brand building, but then passive income, finding ways to, and diversify investments, financially. I've had an interest in real estate. I think real estate would be a great tool, to diversify, investing. Um, I think just using that and building those connections in those fields, to kind of see what comes from it. I may do something in cars after football. I may not. That passion for cars is always still going to be there.
Right,
So I'm not gonna, you know, make it like it's make or break. I either am doing something with cars or I've failed outside of football.
right.
Same thing with with real estate or investing. I've had aspirations of maybe being a business owner or entrepreneurship. So I think the real key is I have passions outside of the game, but I'm not sure what it is I want to do. So I think the best way to approach it is to continue to network, and then hopefully, those networks lead to I'm able to, try something here, try
Right.
something there. And I think that's going to be what'll really help define that path is, being able to just try it out, experience it. Because kind of with sports, I mean, that's the same thing I did with sports growing up. I was a soccer player growing up. I raced BMX for a couple years. I tried roller hockey, tried basketball. I mean, we don't know what we like, until
Right.
we try it. I had no idea I'd be an NFL football player until my best friend convinced me to come out and play for the team, the high school team. So I mean, I think it's just getting out there and doing it,
Mhm.
to really find out what you like. And who knows, I may find through this process that it may not be cars, it may not be real estate, it may not be investing, but I may have a passion in, something completely different that I didn't even see coming.
Mhm. That's awesome, man. Well, Jacob, appreciate the time. Thanks so much for sharing your journey with us. It's a powerful reminder that your brand can open doors long after the game ends. But for guys out there, guys and girls out there, if you're an athlete looking to evaluate your personal brand and really prepare for the next steps, even while you're playing, we'd love to connect with us at ProEdge Branding and start your transformation. Now, Jacob, one last thing. There's a figure named Kai Cenat. I love what he does on his stream after. So every time he has a guest on his show, they always give like a small motivation. So now step outside of being an athlete,
Yep.
give our audience a bit of motivation.
Bit of motivation. Day to day, I think is the most important. Like personally, I'm a free agent right now. I have no idea what tomorrow looks like. All I know is that today I have an opportunity to work out, stay in shape, and continue to build my brand and connect with people outside the game. So I think if we just focus on the day to day and the little things, 6 months from now, a year from now, we'll find ourselves where we want to be because it's stacking days. So I think that's the advice I have is like, don't stress about what's to come, what may not come, just focus on the now. And everything will handle itself.
Being present, being still.
Yeah.
Love that. Well, Jacob, we appreciate you, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Marcus.